How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Transformers review. Today is part 2 of my Motivators review, and we're going to be taking a look at Flame here. Again, the Motivators came out in 1991, European exclusives, and out of the three, this is probably my favorite as far as the vehicle mode is concerned. I've always been a fan of the Lamborghini Countach, and this does a pretty good job representing that. Does roll nicely. Does have these nice rubber tires here. Unfortunately, again, they can crack and wear over time, so got to be careful with that. Got a little bit of die cast on the back here. You can see the Energon figure inside. Now, this figure is based off of the Transformers Victory Brainmaster Laster, which is this guy right here. And there are some differences as far as they got a little bit of a darker shade of yellow on Laster than Flame. And then if you look at the actual tires here, or actually the wheels, you can see that Laster has a darker blue where Flame has a kind of a lighter aquamarine type of blue. And then you can kind of see this part right here is yellow. This is a beige. Then you have this black bit that carries over into the car where Flame has this kind of purple pinkish color that carries over into the car, which again will carry over into their robot modes, much like what we saw with Gripper and Blacker. Alright, let's take a look at the Energon figure now. Alright, here's the Energon figure, and really quickly, articulation is exactly the same as I kind of mentioned with my Gripper review. Arms can rotate to about there, hindered by the backpack, and that's about it. Legs can go forward, just being able to put them in that seated position in the vehicle. And again, because they are based off of the Brainmasters, you got the nice little gimmick right there. And here he is next to the Laster, little Brainmaster. So you can see that the stickers are the same and everything else is the same as far as the mold and such. So, alright, let's transform him now. Alright, before I transform Flame into robot mode, I forgot to mention that you can take his one and only weapon, which is a carbon copy of what you get with Laster here. Kind of can see you got some detail on the sword, but you can plug it in on the top or on the sides to give the car an attack mode, for what it's worth. So there you go. It's nothing like what you get with the other, accessory pieces that you get with Laster, but it's all good. Now to transform him into robot mode, really simple. Just first off do that. Take the back section, kind of spread it apart like that, and just rotate it around to become his legs. And you can see this, you got the nice die cast again. And then for the front section, you're going to flip it back, but first off you have to kind of unhook the canopy there. And there we go. And rotate it back, but again you have to be careful because you don't want to scratch this. There's no real place that it locks into, so move his arms forward a little bit so you can get to his hands, fold them out. And like I mentioned, we're looking at the Energon figure. I really do like the fact that the little figure looks exactly like the bigger one. I mean, as you can kind of see the molding right there to there and such. So all right, open up the chest piece, pop in the Energon figure, and close it up, and we have Flame all transformed. Give him as a weapon here. As far as articulation, it's all in his arms. They can rotate around, but it's hindered by this piece. You can go a little bit further, but then you just kind of start moving that around. But nothing really in the legs. I don't know, but that's it. I mean, what do you expect as a G1 figure? So, oh well. Let's take some quick comparisons now, or take a look at some quick comparisons. First up, here is Laster, and as I mentioned prior in the vehicle kind of overview, the coloring carries over into the robot mode, which you can see here. Stickers are the same. Eye coloring's different. The coloring actually is implied even into their weapon, which is interesting, which we didn't get that with Gripper or Blacker, but you'll see it again with Braver and Lightspeed there. But You don't get the combiner parts, unfortunately. And there's one other little, I guess, difference. The machine stamp, which I forgot to kind of mention that with my gripper blacker comparison. But you can see Laster there has the Takara machine stamp. And then you have Flame here that has the Hasbro Takara. I mean, I know it's upside down, but you can tell that. The difference there. And last comparison here is Flame next to a deluxe size Generations figure, which is Sunstreaker. All right. As far as Flame's concerned, it's not bad of a figure. If you like G1 figures or maybe exclusives, find this guy for cheap. I'd pick him up. He's nice. He's decent, but again, doesn't have the combiner parts. And unless you have the knockoff set or just a bunch of Road Caesar combiner parts laying around, he's probably a pass. So. That's it for Flame. Next up, stay tuned for the comparison between Lightspeed and Braver, and I'll have some other videos too. But thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Again, stay tuned, take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.